what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 296, and we're recording on September 3rd, 2024. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. All right, number one, this episode's coming out on a Wednesday. They normally come out on a Tuesday, but at one point this weekend, Warren's like, hey guys, do you want to observe Labor Day? So we observed Labor Day. So we didn't do it on Monday. It's a holiday in America. This Monday was, so we didn't record. So we're recording on a Tuesday. So that's why it's one day late. I'm
a laborer. I want to rest.
In terms of After Hours, State of the Nation, there is none this week, and you're probably like, oh, what? But talking about last week's, we got a lot of feedback on the potential changes to the show. We've kind of made a couple decisions. We're still working through other ones. It's going to be fun. We could talk about them a little bit as we do this episode. We're going to try some out a little bit, maybe. But there is no After Hours segment because this week in big new releases, it's 6 songs, guys. Double the usual amount. I guess end of the summer, everyone decided to release songs. So we ended up with 6. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to break it up into 2 segments. The first half, we're going to do Rescene, but it's spelled Rescene. We got to talk about that. We'll get to that. We have SSERAFIM. We have the re-debut pre-release track from 50/50. Hey, it happened. We also have Day6, Loossemble, and a QWER pre-release. So those are the 6 songs we're covering this week. Let's start at the top. We got what do I call them? Rescene? That's what it is in Korean.
Rescene,
right?
Rescene. Yeah, apparently, yeah. Okay,
so I don't know what y'all call it in the West. Let us know, number one. But just know in Korean, it's Rescene, not Rescene. But Rescene, they debuted this year, 2024. They are from The Muse. That's their company. Their other 2 songs was and Yo Yo. I have not listened to those. I've only listened to this Love Attack song that we're talking about this week. Honestly, for a group that's from not a big company, there was big investment here, right? In this music video.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad song. It's okay. It's a fun song for a rookie group, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pretty solid.
Yeah. It's
yeah, keep going.
Yeah, it's more of a bit more of a lower key disco pop track. It's not disco as in the way Butter or Dynamite handled itself, but more so similar to the way Red Velvet handled their release a couple of weeks ago, if you remember that one. Yeah? No? Yeah?
Cosmic.
Right, it's a little cosmic. It's a little darker. It's a little grimier. It's a little more grounded. There's a lot more moments where they, instead of being just pleasantly bright, they kind of take it down a little bit. There are a little more aggressive guitars, in the background every now and then that bring out that moment a little bit. So yeah, it was somewhat tensing almost, in a very pleasing way. Not bad. Yeah, I liked it.
Honestly, the I Am All You Need, chanty part kind of felt like I was getting indoctrinated into a cult a little bit. Just wanted to say that.
Is that a good thing?
Think about that. Listen to the song again and think about it. That you were getting indoctrinated. This song to me, okay. You go to the ice cream shop, right?
Okay.
Go to the ice cream shop. You see that they got vanilla, right? This is a vanilla-ass song. But it's a good vanilla. It's a French vanilla. It's not no McDonald's drive-through machines working today for some reason vanilla. This is like a nice artisan vanilla ice cream.
Quality,
it's just a pleasant song. It's fine. It's nothing too exciting though. That's how I feel about this one.
Yeah, I think for me, the verses and the pre-chorus kind of felt like we were building up to something a little bit more. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a little bit more high energy in the chorus, but I don't know. I was a little taken aback by the more synth heavy sound, and the way the vocals were layered in the chorus was it felt like very one layer. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but
yeah, I felt like it needed more dynamics,
I feel like just a little bit more in the details would have maybe taken it up a notch for me. And I have listened to their previous stuff. I remember Yo Yo because I remember that coming out a couple months ago, and the sound they had at that time was house, very house type of beat they had going on. It was very cool. I remember it because of that. And I'm kind of, I don't know, I feel like they're trying something maybe a little bit more general public friendly, but I don't know. I kind of wish they would have kept going with the house sound because I thought it was really cool, and not a lot of girl groups were doing it at the time. Maybe it's not that unique now, but it's interesting, and I definitely agree. I feel like the quality of the production is there. Like, I understand the increase in views and like the popularity because the production is very good.
I will admit though, like kind of going back to your note about the one-notedness of the song, it felt a little draggy. It felt a little dreary almost. The chorus, I like how roomy it is, and how not they're taking their time with it, and I like that. But at the same time, it feels like it's a little draggy. It feels a little dreary, almost a little dull. And the music video maintains this upbeat, we're dancing on the streets kind of thing. It's it's fun, it's flashy, and I feel like those two don't really work together almost. Yeah. I don't know. I think I don't want to say I dislike the song. It's just I'm not sure if I'll remember the song in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
It's vanilla, dude. That's why I think it's just a.
But I'm interested. I'm definitely gonna keep up with them because I want to see what else they do.
For a group that has 82K subscribers on YouTube, they pulled this shit off. It has 4 million views, right?
Wow.
True.
These are all very positive things. They filmed clearly in a foreign country. I was looking up the member profiles, like literally while you guys were talking. One of these girls, the Magne, Jenna. She was one of the visual models for the AI group Mave, apparently.
Oh,
wow. Okay.
It says it in the K profile for this girl. I was like, okay.
Wait, I don't know if I know who that is because I think now that I'm comparing like the characters of that group with her, that's so interesting. Wow.
Yeah, it's just like, here's the thing. If I base this song on expectations, right? I think they did really well based on my expectations for a company that I don't really know of, for a group that I'm not really too aware of. On the grand scale of things, I don't think this is too memorable, though, right, as a whole. But it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. How do you guys feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. The issue I'm having pulling words together a little bit at the moment is because it feels very run of the mill. You know what I mean? Like it's.
That's not a bad thing, though.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's one of those songs where there's not too many things to comment on. They made a lot of safe choices. The song title's Love Attack. That I'm not gonna lie, like it sounds like something ChatGPT would make as a K-pop title track. And that is by no means a criticism. That is just something I'm noticing because it feels like something I would see in K-pop. A lot of this, the way the lyrics are written, we come together chemically. Like these lines, the genre choice, the sound choice, a lot of this feels very, feels very safe. And while they have my attention, I'm not exactly sure what to expect from them next. And by no means is this a Rescene specific commentary, because I'm gonna say that again about another group later today. But so far, I'm not exactly sure what to expect. The door's wide open. Many doors are wide open. They're in a room, and there are lots of doors. Buy your doors. Doors, yeah.
I mean, okay, so let's talk about some things. Number one is the viewership's pretty high. Number two, this was the second highest voted song of the week on our poll. This was the poll buster of the week. It got 20 plus votes.
Wow. A lot of people wanted us to check them out.
Yeah, and honestly, hey, I wouldn't be opposed to checking them out in a future week as well.
Yeah, they're on the radar.
All right, I would say this is a tingly. This is like as tingly as it could get. Like this is a tingly song.
Yeah, pretty tingly.
Talking about this spicy, tingly, and mild, right? We only got a couple more weeks of it. We have one of the things. Spoiler: we're getting rid of it. I don't think it's really been too great in general.
It's been fun between the three of us.
A vibe check.
Quick spoiler, so you guys can start talking about it and feedback. We are going to a 0 to 10 system for the songs. That's all I'll spoil. but just know it's gonna be a spicy, like kind of 0 to 10 because 5 is like real, like right in the middle average song. We want this to be like a normal distributed like ranking system.
Bell curve
around the 5.
Yo.
Right?
Statistics.
But you gotta think, let's say it's bell curve around the 5 for all K-pop songs. We don't cover all K-pop songs. We'll probably skew above a 5, to be honest. Because, you know, people vote for the songs we cover.
Yeah.
But, hey, it's gonna be spicy. So, you know, in a couple weeks, whatever I say, I'm giving this song a 5, and that's not a bad thing. You know, that means it's like, it's a bang average song. It's okay, right?
Yeah.
But I think people are gonna be shocked once we start to give out these numbers, right? For sure.
Man, people are gonna be like, no 5 stars?
Yeah.
What? I'm like, I want to save that for like when I'm really excited, you know, like.
All right, let's move on to the next song. Probably it is the biggest song of the week.
It is
probably the most anticipated. SSERAFIM, Crazy. They are from Source. Last 3 songs: Smart, Easy. Why did I write East? Easy, and then Eve Psyche and the Bluebeard's Wife. You know, they took a pretty long hiatus. They stopped the social media comments for like a hot second. They're back though. All the girls are girling. You know. This is one of those songs for me, right? Mm-hmm. Is it the best song ever? No, it's not. There's problems with this song. But is this a fun song? Hell yeah, it is. Right, Anita?
Yes, it is.
This is
agree.
just a fun, like, it's a fun, stupid song. I don't know how else to put
Okay, I don't know if I would say stupid.
I don't know, stupid. I was going to say stupid.
In an endearing way. Like, it doesn't take itself too serious, right? There's a bunch of crazy shit going on. That we voguing out here, we're doing fun, you know, throwing the hands, you know, we're having a great time.
Okay,
we got an otaku bestie all of a sudden. We mentioned Pikachu in the lyrics, right? We doing a lot of. We got Galileo. I thought that was a Kepler thing, but no, SSERAFIM doing it too. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. That you mentioned a lot of the really interesting concept they went for, but I think the heart of the song is the beat, right? The sound that they're going for. It's very, very house. The beat, and I feel like it all comes together because of the choreography, like the creatives they worked with, the House of Juicy Couture crew. I feel like it's ballroom, it's ball music, ball culture. And that's what you're seeing in the choreography. I'm pretty sure that they're the ones who did the choreo as well. So it's very repetitive. It's dance music. It's I feel like it could have been adapted in a way where it didn't feel so dance heavy, like a more typical K-pop song. So but overall, I enjoyed it because I feel like it was very much that. It was like a dance track. I don't know if I love the lyrics, but it's catchy. The chorus is definitely a hook. The girls are girling. Yeah.
It's a great line. It's a great
girls are garling. Definitely agree with you. This is very much based off of ball culture. It's a house track. It's sound wise, it leans into funk a little bit with the synth cowbells. Aesthetic wise, it leans into diva house a little bit. I'm thinking like straight RuPaul, you know, Beyonce's last album, that kind of vibe. Structurally, it's borrowing from hip house, house rap house, given how far we lean into rap with this track. I think a lot of that comes together to create what SSERAFIM is, you know. It feels like an extension of where we left off with Eve Psyche and the Bluebeard's wife. That was a whole thread we kind of left behind for a second. Now we're back on it. Makes total sense, right? That was a huge hit. So it definitely makes sense that we would kind of continue off of that course after exploring a couple, you know, alternative routes, right? So I think that part makes sense. I think the sound design is great. The beat's fucking popping. The chorus is popping. But my issues with it is everything outside of that, because the rest of it feels like they kind of phoned it in a little bit. The verse feels incomplete, not poorly directed. People I typically consider sounding fine or great don't sound too great, honestly. The main vocalist, Chaewon sounds great. I think she's a very capable rapper.
Honestly, I thought Chaewon delivered throughout this entire song, wherever she came up.
That intro line in the music video where they're like panning across her face and she's delivering the Pikachu Thunderbolt line, I was like, okay, there we go. Like, damn. I was like, oh, we're going off of a high moment. Other moments in the rap section, I am not particularly a fan of. Otaku Bestie's fine. I like Otaku Best. I don't know why people are giving suck. Yeah.
No, I thought it was funny. Yeah. I liked it.
I like that part because then she starts duck walking at that part, and I was like, oh, okay, there you go.
Honestly,
there you go.
Her performing that move varies on what kind of shoes they gave her. I've seen a lot of
it's not an easy move to begin with.
When they give her like combat boots, she barely kicking the feet in.
I mean, the fact that we went from produced 48 Sakura to like this Saki, like I was like, damn, here we go. That's where she is. Yeah. I think the lyrics are pretty crap. That's the other issue. There are it feels like they threw in a lot of random words to give off this concept of crazy. But in reality, it comes off as just a random hodgepodge of words. They throw in lines like 몰라 육한 원칙 따윈 제길 난 그런 재질, which it comes off as like a terrible attempt to like write rhyme into the lyrics. I don't know. It feels like they knew they had a fire chorus, a moment that's gonna pop off all over TikTok.
They knew.
They fucking knew it, and they decided to not give a shit about the rest of the track, and that's what breaks my heart. You know what I mean? Because they had so much going on, and then the rest of it kind of fell apart. I love the repetition. House music should be repetitive at its core. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it still should be good. You know,
this song has 666,000 likes right now. It's kind of scaring me on my screen. I got 666 likes right now.
What the fuck?
I don't know why that happened. I noticed that, and I'm kind of freaked out now.
I'm sure it'll have another 1,000 more before tomorrow. Please.
I think let's dive into the weeds now. Let's go into the weeds, guys.
Okay.
Join me.
We were on the weeds.
We're in the bayou now. We're in the weeds. Okay, we're here.
What the fuck?
Hey, did you see that Lana Del Rey's dating a gator guy? It's crazy.
What?
By the way,
What?
Her boyfriend is like a gator tour guide. It's crazy.
What? Like in Florida?
And he's like a hardcore, like conservative Trumpy dude. And it's kind of
no.
it's just straight. Just wanted to throw that out there. I just thought of it. I'm in the bayou right now, right?
Oh, no, she confirmed she's not dating an alligator man, apparently.
Okay, well, I saw it all over my feeds for like a week. I was like, there's no way. But they were telling me it was true. False alarm, thank God. Look it up, though. It was like, what?
Go back on topic. We're in the weeds.
I'm in the weeds.
Crazy.
I'm in the weeds. Source does not know what to do with Unche. Let's just say it. I thought, well, the first minute 35 of this music video. Say what you want about the weird lyrics, right? We had a verse. I didn't think the verse was the best thing in the world. I thought it started off super strong. I thought Chaewon into Sakura was kind of cool too, right? We do this, and then we get to the chorus. We hit it great, right? I feel like for me, once it starts to go off the rails a little, is back in the days, right? And I'm just like,
we'll say, okay,
we couldn't do anything.
I'm in the minority here. I didn't think it was terrible because I liked the structure of it because it broke out the pattern. It didn't feel as repetitive as she was going into the verse. Do I think the delivery was amazing? Not really. I think we could have worked a little bit more with how like the tone and like maybe the lyrics
of her
as well.
section was bad.
Really,
I
didn't mind
the cadence of it.
Here's what I'll say: like because we were recording this on a Tuesday, yesterday I had the opportunity to listen to the song with a regular friend who's not into K-pop. She listens to Korean pop music. She's Korean. She knows about surfing, but she was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll check this out as you check this out for your little hobby." And we were listening to the thing, and we get to the Unche part, and she pauses, and she was like, "What? Is this how she normally sounds?" And I was like, "I don't. Sometimes not." And she was like, "This doesn't sound good." And I feel like that's gotta say something. You know what I mean? Like, and for the folks online who think she sounds great, I'm glad you're able to enjoy it. But for me, a little bit, I am now leaning towards the side of maybe the folks at Source Music don't know what to do with her voice or
Yeah,
Kazuha's voice for that matter.
This is not like a slight on Eunchae herself. This
No.
is a slight on the people directing what she had to do here. That's what we're trying to say here.
The vocal
made that
direction with this track makes me so confused because Hybe is a conglomerate. They have we're talking millions of dollars all the time.
Many resources, yes.
Many resources, all the money they have, and somehow the vocal direction is all over the place and very.
Let's. Yeah, like you. I know Warren told us before the show he didn't like how the emphasis on the way that Yoonjin was also delivering lines during her part, right?
Yes, she sounds great
Okay,
normally.
I can see that. Yeah.
That one line at the end of the first verse before you go into the bridge of that section, that I don't know what was. And maybe they were trying to bring out the campiness. That is a logical explanation. None of that works if it doesn't sound good. That's what I'll say. And if it works for you, I'm glad. For me, it didn't. The flip side of this, which again also breaks my heart, as someone who desperately wants SSERAFIM to do well, is knowing the context of all this, right? Besides the stupid controversy Eunchae went through with the school thing, I'm not going to talk about that. But the main piece of shit this group received was for their questionable performance at a performance.
Live performances.
Right.
Yeah.
People questioned their vocal ability. My expectation was they are fearless, they are anti-fragile, they are the strong queens that they have characterized themselves as. They are going to prove towards the haters that they are indeed great at singing. They don't need to give a shit about these haters. They're all wrong. That's 100% what I was expecting, and that is such an easy cash grab. That would solidify your career for so long. It would shift the public image. It is a guaranteed good move, given we know at least two of these folks are great vocalists and Source Music knows how to direct them. You know what I mean? They, for some reason, however, given all this, for some reason, with this comeback, they decided to lean into a song that is very rap heavy, and there are bits of what I could call a vocal part, but like, do we? Like those couple lines in the bridge, like, you know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, SSERAFIM's not a group that have ever had vocal heavy choruses. Don't get me, that's not like been always their thing. On the other hand, they have had strong vocal moments in their title tracks, including Perfect Night, which is like, you know, like,
Perfect Night.
So given all of that, it's giving safe corporate move, you know, de-risk everything. It's giving, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, like, let's just avoid this controversy by not doing it. You know what I mean? And you know what?
So you're saying instead of delivering vocals, they just like, let's just give them vibes, right?
Right. And like, they decided to completely push aside and not solve any of the core issues with the, you know, public image issues they're having. And you know what? At the end of the day, marketing business-wise, viability-wise, feasibility-wise, that might be the smart move. But like, this is a creative medium. You know what I mean? We have built a narrative. Y'all decided to fucking ignore it. Like, that's where I'm like let down. You guys told me they're fearless. You told me they are unforgiving and that they are anti-fragile. Yet somehow we decided to, you know what I mean? Do you see? Does this make sense?
No, I see where you're coming from.
I think you're entitled to that opinion.
Yeah. Like, I'm not expecting everybody to agree, because at the end of the day, I think the course is fine.
I don't think people will.
No.
To be honest with you. Like, I think you got a little spicy there, my guy. I was just trying to talk about the rap sections. I thought Eunchae's was I thought Kazuha's was better, and then they let Chaewon like do like 2 bars, and I thought it was really good, her section, because they gave her interesting flow, and I was like, okay,
Chaewon sounds great. I'm like, damn, you could be a rapper too if you.
That's what I was saying. That was my thought.
You're multi-talented monster.
This is normally the part where I would bring up the sales for this album or something like that, but like, I can't. There's an ongoing sales controversy in Korea. Remember the last couple weeks, I was talking about like, but they didn't update. Hanto didn't update for like 5 days, so I don't know what this number is, right? Like, this was a thing lately. It's like a bigger controversy than we thought. So I can't report sales right now. until I see the circle chart sales, but I don't think they're up yet. So there's that.
I mean, what I'll say is based on what I'm seeing, there is a. You know what? It's not been a week yet. We'll come back to this.
If you're seeing Hanto, you're seeing like 400K, but that's not what the real number is.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
No.
We will discuss it when we get to the news section.
Yeah.
I just think it's ironic how a lot of the issues with their public image at the moment stemmed from their vocal situation, and yet this song has no vocal situation. You know what I mean?
For me though, I'm kind of vibing. Anita, who's the dance crew that did this? We gotta shout them out one more time. The representation was fantastic.
Yes, it was the House of Juicy Couture.
I remember Juicy Couture back in the day with them sweatsuits. You know? I would say this is a fun song for me. I think as a SSERAFIM enjoyer, as a Sakura fan, I enjoyed what I got with this. But is this is this gonna threaten the Blackbeard's wife level stuff? Hell no. You know what I mean? Like it ain't in the stratosphere, you know? That's the problem. I think it's fun. Honestly, I think I like this better than their last comeback cycle.
Really?
I like this better than Smart. Maybe not better than Easy though. I like Easy.
Easy.
I think it's around that level. I don't think it's like a hit. I don't think there's a hit, like a big hit though. You know? I think it's a lot of fun though. Sometimes the song could be fun, and I think we lose sight of that sometimes.
Are you giving me mixed signals? Are you going with?
It's a tingly. It's a tingly.
Okay,
It's not spicy.
Okay.
And it's
It was spicy for me. It's spicy for me. I think
divisive.
maybe because I've been enjoying a lot of the performance aspect of this comeback, choreography wise, also styling wise. The live stage styling that I've seen has been really cool, very interesting. So, yeah, it's been spicy for me.
I think the moments that work great work really amazing. Visually, it's really fun. But the things like the aspects of K-pop that I enjoy is just absent. I gotta go with the mild.
Oh shit! Okay.
We got the full spectrum today.
The full spectrum of this one. I mean, it's a divisive song. It definitely is. It definitely is. Let's go to the next one. We have the re-debut, pre-release of Fitty Fitty. We're doing it Starry Night. They are from a track. They only have one other title track, Cupid, y'all. Everyone knows Cupid.
Wow.
We lost Senna, Aran, and Shio. They gone. They're in a lawsuit. I don't know. They owe people money. They're now suing a track to get some of the money so they can pay it back to a track as well. There's a lawsuit in that. You can look it up. We got Kina. If you remember her, she's still here. We got Chanel, Yeon, Hannah, and Athena. And Anita told us last week 2 of them were in a competition show, right? Something like that. They were in Are You Next, right?
For sure, yeah.
They were Are You Next people. This ain't no Cupid. just say that.
Elaborate. What do you mean? It's no Cupid.
Okay.
You remember how with Rescene, I said this is a lovely French vanilla that you get at the nice gelato store in your time, the premium stuff. This is that McDonald's vanilla. This one.
Oh, really?
Man, wow.
You know what I mean though? Like it's just like it's okay. Like, it's 2 shades of vanilla. 2 tastes.
I mean, in all
Am I wrong?
honesty, I had McFlurries twice this week.
And they were good?
I liked it. I was walking around Midtown. I was like, "Oh, McDonald's! What do they have? Fucking McFlurries!" Let me.
Speaking of sweets, I went to the largest buffet in America today. It's called what is it called? Shady Maple Smorgasbord in Pennsylvania. You should go, everyone. It's fantastic.
Wait, that's the real name of the place?
Yeah.
The Smorgasbord is the buffet. It's called Shady Maple, though. That's what it's called. You can look
What
it
a
up.
name. Shady Maple.
It's the most American place ever, right? Bro. They sell the Amish people have the best donuts in the world. You could buy a dozen of this dozen of donuts weighs like 2 pounds.
Oh my god.
It's freaking $13.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Or how?
It's good, I'm guessing.
I don't know. It's amazing though. Getting back to our sweets. Anita, was this a sweet song for you, or is this a bland ass piece of crap? What is this?
Well, okay. My first impression of this song was that it feels definitely like a re-debut, a reintroduction, right, to a 50-50 group that I feel like is going to change a little bit of direction. I wasn't expecting a Cupid, to be honest. I feel like based on some of the pre-release stuff that they had like a live performance as a teaser, and now this song, it feels like they're very much focusing on the vocals, and that was the highlight that I got from this. And I think it's okay. I think it's pleasant enough where I'm like, okay, I see kind of where they want to go in the sound direction, and I think it works. I think it works for the members, maybe, where I didn't think the vocals were out of place or anything. I think it was quite the opposite. I thought it matched the vibe. The music video did as well. I don't know. It feels like if you like this, if you like more like vocal focused, maybe not necessarily super hype, super high energy, which can be sometimes the image of K-pop. I think you maybe. I feel like that's kind of the opposite they're going for. They want to be more general public, maybe more, vocal focused, which is, I think it's fine. I think it makes sense.
I mean, I understand why you're saying this feels general public friendly. But I'm also struggling to think of a song that's popped off recently that sounds like this.
I guess
public-wise.
Not necessarily like it will be popular with general public, but more like as one of you guys says it, like inoffensive, like very like middle of the road, very safe, like nothing too crazy.
Yeah, that part I totally agree with. It comes off inoffensive. It's very middle of the road. They take a lot of safe shots. The chorus is very roomy. It's very relaxed. They take moments to glide upwards, and I think that's really nice. But I'm also kind of going off of that comment. If I think about what happened in the verse and the bridge, not remembering too much. I'm not gonna lie. And this is coming after like listening to the song for like what is almost a week now. 4 days. Never mind. 4 days is not almost a week, but. This also suffers from the issue of there's not much to pull from. Obviously, it's a little more overlookable because it's a pre-release. But at the same time, this is the first time we're seeing this group in the public after what is probably the largest controversy of 2023, right?
A messy situation.
Yep.
So. And if I think about, again, I have to consider context, and I have to think about what this song needs to do, and it either needs to connect itself with the previous career that they had, or it needs to set itself a new career by, creating a new identity for themselves. My main issue with the song is less of how it sounds and whatnot, but like more so in terms of, I don't know what 50-50 is anymore. It's now five folks, 4 of which I have no idea who they are, though they're not really introduced to me. One person sounds different from, who they were before, because now they are a vocalist instead of a rapper. The key aspects of what drove Cupid is now gone. So we have essentially pretty much a new roster. Let's be honest here, which is not a bad thing. There have been groups that have been successful as second generations. But at the same time, there are a lot of eyes. This is a great way to start your momentum. We should probably be establishing who we are early on. And the pre-release is very inoffensive. It comes off nicely, and it would have been a nice status quo maintainer if there was a status quo. Except we don't really have that at the moment. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, but I think just because they're coming back, people are watching though. This thing got like 9 million views. Got like 9 million views.
I agree, but like I think
that's only gonna go so far. It's gonna go so far.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's just not like there's not too much to pull from this, right? I don't know. It's like this is a very like, for lack of a better term, this is just like a not super memorable song, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like to me that feels like a symptom of one, like we mentioned, they just they didn't really quite have an identity, like per se. Like they had a hit, right? Cupid was a hit. It was very popular. It got them on the stage, on people's radar, but they didn't really have like a full like idea of what their concept was going to be. They never made like a full group comeback. They were slotted to have a song for the Barbie movie, and that's one of the songs that I've really liked from the soundtrack too, but overall they just didn't have an identity to begin with. I think they were just starting, and then things got messy and it ended the way it ended. But I don't know, I feel like to me they're kind of figuring it out, trying to solidify the sound and the concept for this 50-50. That's why I feel like I wasn't expecting a Cupid, because I think the goal will be to distance themselves from that. So I don't imagine that they will go that route, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I agree. It's not like a thing you will remember right away, but I guess I didn't think they were essentially going for that.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if they want to be as far as from the 50-50 Cupid as much as possible, like that's totally understandable. And in fact, if I was in the boardroom, that's what I would push for as well. This song doesn't do that. That's my issue. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's not solid enough.
It's somewhat Cupid adjacent.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's just that
It's
Cupid
still
was very
adjacent.
earwormy, while this one is not, right? Which honestly, if you're just releasing this type of songs, you hope one of them sticks, and they did. You know, with Cupid, they got that, but I don't know if you could replicate that at all. To be
Like
totally fair.
my other issue, right, that I'm on a very similar note is that if I think about what gave Cupid somewhat of a fandom, it was the vocal qualities of now some of their missing members, right?
Yeah.
The way they sound was very, for
It
K-pop,
was.
very unique.
Some of their vocal, I didn't even
Lux.
remember Kina back in Cupid. I thought it was all about the vocalists.
Doug,
you
here's
know?
the thing. For full context, the version of the version of Cupid that went viral was Cupid Twin version, which was sung only by two of the vocalists. Kina was not on that version.
Really? Okay, I was not aware.
Yeah. So, given that context, the version you listened to might not even have had Kina on it.
I might not know her.
Yeah.
I don't
Explain
know.
it.
Who the F is this?
So, in that aspect,
Hey,
I would be paying attention to what these members sound like. Except my takeaway has been they all kind of sound like folks who are good at singing.
yeah, you know, in the new scoring system, we're gonna have a 5 is Bang Ji-min average, just bang average song, right in the middle. This is just like a, you know, it's one of the songs. You know, it's just one of the songs.
I mean, it's hard to tell, right? It's a pre-release. We only had one song to compare it to.
I'll give them this. I'm very curious to see what the title track is. So maybe
Me
they
too.
accomplished what
Me
they needed
too.
to with the pre-release. It has my eyes on it, but to me, this is like just a tingly, easy listening song.
Tingly, yeah.
Tingly as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, 50-50 had that big old lawsuit with their company Attract. Preview for the news. It seems like New Jeans might be heading that direction. Honestly,
Oh my God.
we might be getting like Vaqueros Nuevos in a couple years, Anita, right? When they figure that out. Hopefully we don't get a rehash thing, but when we get to the news, you're gonna see why the writing's on the wall that something's probably gonna have to give at some point. You know, we'll see there.
Pretty done there, yeah.
Let's take a short break. We're done with the first 3 songs. We'll take a short break. Come back with the second 3. Let's do that. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it. Part 2 of the big new releases. Hey, we got Day6. They released Meltdown. They are from JYP. Last 3 songs, they're coming back from the military. Welcome to the show. You Make Me and Zombie. By the way, this Meltdown song has a real-time all-kill. It's charting extremely well.
Hey,
In fact, if you look on iChart, which is the composite of all the charts in Korea, right? They average, they give a point system, whatever. Day6 occupies 4 out of the top 12 songs in Korea right now.
Yo.
They have let's see. They have this song that just came out. I don't even know which of their songs is in second place right now. I know Welcome to the Show is in 6th. I think it's this one though.
One page.
What is
Time of Our Life?
No, it is Meltdown. Meltdown is in second place right now. It's trying to beat Supernova. We got Welcome to the Show in 6th. We got another one. Oh wait, let me look at the Time of Our Life in 8th. And then we have Happy in 12th place. So they are absolutely charting monsters right now. They are popping off.
You Are Beautiful in 13 as well. Like, this is
You're Beautiful is a great song.
Are you looking on Melon or iChart?
iChart.
Oh yeah. So they're doing fantastic right now. Honestly, hey, this kind of formula of doing anime intros or outro songs is just working now. Is it not? It's a great formula.
It's a genre that is very popular right now. Like,
yes.
I don't think it's a coincidence, you know?
I want to expand on that a little bit too, because this doesn't feel specific to anime rock. I feel like this is riding on the wave of band music in general in Korea right now. Because
yeah.
Good. I don't have too much info on that.
I think one of the biggest trends of pop music this year for Korea has been the uptick of the revival of rock music, band music, So like Kagel,
instruments.
right? Hyogo
Janabi.
did a thing with, Sunset Roller Coaster. Day6 popping off. QWER, like Pentaport.
What about Janabi?
Janabi too. They're having a decent year. Rock music is having a huge year, along with the entire shoegaze indie boom. You know what I mean? Like, this is
Wave to Earth.
Yeah, Wave to Earth. Like, this is like the biggest movement in indie music at the moment is this band music, postmodern rock, whatever group of rock you fall into. This one, I feel like it actually feels less like anime rock and more like just power rock, punk rock almost.
It's great, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the keyboardist's vocals. I don't know his name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
He sings the really high notes. It just adds something very refreshing that comes in, right?
I really like his vocal quality.
You got gravel voice guy in the front, right? We got Ingan Graveler in the front with the horse stuff, and then we got High Note Boy come in, and then Youngkay kind of balances it all out. It's great.
That moment, the bridge where like the piano does the and he's like singing on top of it. I was like, man, this is like, that's how you write a fucking bridge, folks. Lesson learned. Class dismissed. Like, damn. Song is just well written in general, This is good songwriting. This is it. There's so much good tension between like the minor moments and the major moments, and it's like a constant push and pull. There's a lot of great tension, you know what I mean? Like the first half of the verse feels very there's a constant call and call and response section where they do a little melody, and then they do a performance, and they do a melody, and then then they go into that. They build off of that tension with that one pair bridge, which again, lovely man, great vocals, and then you go into the chorus, which constantly switches back and forth between this like major moment and then like more of a minor moment, and then it resolves itself, goes back to a major moment, and a minor moment resolves itself. Goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. That is just fluid songwriting. Lots of careful consideration into how the melody progresses. Again, just Who wrote this? Young K? Masterclass.
Dude, Young K is cooking these days.
Cooking with
성진, grease.
Young K, 원필, 홍지상. Masterclass, Day6. This is
They're doing great right now.
way better than their other song, and that song was good too. Flipping Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Oh.
Obviously, I like the song. Anita, what's your take?
I feel so. You mentioned a lot of the resolving of the minor major moments, and I found myself more intrigued by the minor moments, because I might be in the minority in this one, but I felt that a lot of the recent releases that have popped off with Day6, that are still quite good, but maybe it's the frequency. I found them to be a pretty major sounding, like very bright, very I don't know what the vibe would be to call it, but it ends in a very like happy tone, right? And nothing wrong with that. I like the messages, I like the lyrics, I like the vibe,
Looks
but
so pretty, yeah.
but I almost feel like, I kind of wish we would explore more of the minor, more darker moments. Just because I feel like they do have that range. I just feel like nowadays I don't hear it as often. And in this song in particular, I feel like they kind of included it a bit more, but I do, like, as a fan of some of their older stuff, I do wish they would explore more of the darker, I guess, not as happy sounding. Especially in the chorus.
We gotta make the money now with this happy stuff.
I mean, I'm happy for them.
We're raking in money right now.
I'm really glad that they're getting the recognition they deserve, because I feel like they have put in the work for a long time. And this definitely has that big like stadium like follow like sing along vibe, which I feel like it's now like something they've perfected. And I mean, it's great. I just wish, as somebody who has listened to their older stuff as well, they would also explore the more minor, maybe more solemn side that they do well too. But I don't know. This was nice. I think some of the visuals in the music video reminded me of like the Holly Festival, like very colorful.
Same. First chorus,
right. Yeah. It was nice. I like that they've included a little bit of that. And they do visually represent like the minor moments with like even like the filter they used in the music video, and then switching into the more colorful stuff, the difference in the lighting, and it's nice. I like how they did that, but I guess I do still have that of like, I wish we would include more of the range that I know they're capable of and that they do really well too.
Anita wants Day6 to do Linkin Park. More or less.
Anita wants to go Day6.
They could do their own Meteora, right?
No, like,
that album, which is
I'm saying
album.
like not necessarily that, but like we mentioned, like You Were Beautiful, right? Like it's a very like we're going like very very like slower paced, more of a not necessarily dark, but like more emotional type of ballad, and I feel like we've gotten recently more of the brighter, like more like stadium, like sing along type of choruses and vibe, which makes sense, because I feel like that for a rock band, a performance group, it makes sense to want to have those types of songs to sing along to. But I also feel like they have the range. I wish they would explore it a little bit more as a title track. I haven't listened to the full album, so I don't know if they've included that in other like B-sides, but as a title track, that's just a wish.
Personally,
okay.
Personally, I think their best moment in their career was "Time of Our Lives" by far, because it's not a simple.
Yes.
It's not a simple happy track. It's sad, but it maximizes out on the hope and the endearingness and the.
Yes,
like,
I agree. That's one of the recent ones that I've really, really liked.
Right. Like, the ground hardening after a huge rainstorm kind of a moment. And this mirrors that in a more modernized way, in a way that feels less like J-pop, anime pop, less Radwimps, you know what I mean? So regardless of where they've been, for me personally, this works really well. There's a lot of things here that don't get me wrong. I think the more darker stuff, the down tempo stuff that they've done has a lot of room in their career, but I think there's not someone else right now in the band scene or the K-pop scene for that matter that does it as well as Day6. And I think they are aware of that. They tried to do it with the last track. They tried to do it with this track. Personally, this track just works a lot better. Any criticism I have is just like a nitpick. That's where I'm like, okay, I kind of understand where they went with. So just playing the devil's advocate there a little bit.
This if I was using the new score system, this is tied for my highest score I would give out this week, to be honest.
Oh, this was my high score. Yeah.
This is a great song. I think Day6 is doing fantastic. Hey, they've been popping off. I think it's well deserved. I think people slept on them for too long. I like the recognition they're getting. I think that they have such a good complement of voices in this group where they're all hitting like there's like barely any overlap. You know, they all sound very different.
Yeah.
And I think it just
100%.
benefits the group so much. We have a whole range here going on with them, and I think that they are doing really good right now. This
If I
is
can-
Oh, go on.
If I can complain about just one tiny thing, I hate that the song's just 3 minutes. Like this could have been. If it was 5 minutes, I still would listen to it. I would listen to the hell out of it. You know what I mean?
That's a good compliment.
I wish it was longer. It's too short. Like modern pop music. You know what I mean? Fuck. Spicy.
All right, spicy. What about you,
Spicy,
Anina?
spicy.
Yeah, this is a spicy song. All right, let's go to the next one. What in the Luna is this? We got Loossemble with TTYL. They are from I believe we pronounce this one City Denim, right? I think we do. That's a guess. We do this every time we come to them.
You say this every time we cover them. It's CTDNM.
It's not City Denim. It's
No,
not.
it's CTDNM.
God damn it.
It should be CD denim though.
Guys, it's CTDNM. Sorry, CTDENM. That's their name.
That's so stupid. All right, last two songs. Girls Night Sensitive. This is the most Luna thing we've gotten in the post Luna era from any of the subshoots of the original.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
honestly,
I can see
I know
that.
I sometimes talk shit. Ryan Jun made a good song with this one. This is a Ryan Jun song.
That's a Ryan Jun joint.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
okay.
is.
Or it's
Okay.
like instantly going down a couple points.
Oh man, lost 5 points right there. No, just kidding.
I don't know why. This song is very aggressive, right? It's in your face. We got Vivi just like back narrating the entire verse, right? In the beginning. But for some reason, it works. And then we get to the chorus. It's just a good song. It's fun.
I love the beat.
The
I
beat
like
is
the
good.
beat.
We got a lot of tension going on. And then we break it. Hey, we're having a party all of a sudden, right? Oh man. This is a good song. Like, I know I was like, oh, this Loossemble thing, I don't know how this is gonna work out, right? Hey, I'm more confident now that it could.
Oh,
I wasn't a big fan of Sensitive. I think Girls Night, I was not here that day when you guys covered it. I'm pretty sure I wasn't.
was that their official debut?
Sensitive was the debut. I remember covering that one. But this Talk To You Later track. Hey, you can't say Vivi got no lines in this one, y'all. Like, she got a shit ton of lines. Right? Oh, let's go, Vivi.
This is an interesting, unexpected sound from.
Right?
Yeah, because like, I complained the hell out of the first two tracks, saying they're like just boring, just run of the mill average crap. Very unlike the Luna stuff we've ever been getting. This feels like we are now finally taking Loossemble into 2024. This is the kind of pop music that's popping off. Complicated rhythms, melodic lines, lots of pads, lots of groovy moments juxtaposed with, nice relaxing melodies. But, the way they did it is very up-tempo, very frantic, very frenzy, very upbeat, very, there's not a dull moment in this song. And I'm going to take that Vivi example that you mentioned, because like that first verse, what would typically be a resting moment is replaced by Vivi say that moment again.
Yeah, we don't get to breathe.
No.
We're like constantly going the whole time.
And like sound wise, I would place this somewhere between like plug-in B and like internet music and like like someone took Afrobeats and made it like 1.5 speed faster. Like that's how I would normally group this. But like now I'm like maybe on a definition level, like we're back into the hyperpop category. Like like maybe like bit pop. Do you guys
processed vocals? Yeah,
lots of processed vocals, but in a
the
really
chorus.
fun way.
It works.
Rhythmatic way. Do you guys know Hello Kitty Bala Curry by any means? By any chance?
No.
No? Okay. This isn't K-pop. This is Taiwanese girl group survival show. One of the Cherry Bullet girls was on it. And they had a song that went viral on TikTok. And this song reminds me so much of that, the way it is.
I'm listening to it. It does.
Yeah.
I will listen to it later.
This shit is
literally
frantic
like
as
this
hell.
beat.
It's frantic.
That one leans a little heavier into like J-pop, like Dempa kind of, in that kind of aesthetic. But this one, without leaning into the whole Japanese aesthetic, I think it keeps it fun. It's a little frantic. And I think that was my issue with it initially. Because like the first two listens, I was like very disoriented. Because it goes full speed the entire song, I was like, this kind of actually drags on a little bit because we don't go up and down. We just go one speed the entire time. You kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit. But once you get used to the speed, I was like, okay, okay, maybe I like this ride. I don't hate it anymore. It's fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
The chorus is super catchy. Also, can I shout out a member? Because I feel like they've caught my eye for a while since the debut, but I feel like this track solidified it. Kiju?
Is it Heju, the artist formerly known as Olivia Hay?
Oh, yes. Formerly known as
Olivia Keju. Yo.
She be killing it, dude. She be killing it.
I loved her energy, like especially in the when she sent her facial expressions too. She was really feeling this song. I saw like the showcase performance they did. Yeah, she was in it. So shout out to her.
Which is interesting because she has the meme of being this is a meme over here. This is her laying on the floor. She has a meme of being a very disinterested person, typically, who's just kind of there. But she's been vibing lately.
I would not have guessed it. Yeah.
She has evolved. She's now Loossemble Hyeju, not Olivia Hye from Luna.
And honestly, this music video had a lot of like the weirdness that Luna videos used to have, where you're like, I don't know what the F is going on, but something's happening, right? There's a lot of crazy shit going on in this one too. I think it all kind of worked. We had like a evil door at one point or something, dragging them in with the hands, which was kind of creepy, I thought. Man, overall, I was surprised. This was a good song. I was surprised at how much I liked it. I think it's great. Really good from Loossemble.
Very, very nice.
I might say that I like this more than anything Odd-Eyed Circle's on since they've
gone
over to
No,
I'm not saying ever. I'm saying since they went over to Mod House.
You're calling Loossemble better than Odd-Eyed Circle and Yeezy and Chew put together?
Artemis?
In this song? Yeah.
Yo, Strawberry Rush was a fire track.
I'm saying in the post Luna era. I'm not saying original Odd-Eye. I'm not saying original. I'm saying in the post Luna era. This is my favorite thing that anyone's come out with so far.
I liked Virtual Angel.
Okay, well, I got glaucoma because I watched that music video. So
this is not a track we talked about on the show, so I don't think you'll probably listen to it. But the last True title track, I've been actually really enjoying it. Strawberry Rush.
Oh, that was pretty good. Yeah.
I other than that, I would agree.
Oh wait, I really like Heejin Algorithm though.
Algorithm was really good.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say that this track, I feel like it feels like we're on track now. Like this is kind of on par with all the other post Luna projects.
Yep. Loossemble has arrived now for sure. Hey, who would have thought? You give VV lines, the shit comes together. Come on. Come on. What have we been waiting for?
If only if K-pop fans had a voice and, companies could listen.
Bro, the one shot where she's in the is it a kipao? I don't know how to pronounce the dress she's in, but she's in a Chinese themed dress.
Chipo.
And she has the hair in the two buns, and she's just looking up in the sky, and people are flying. That's a beautiful shot, I thought. I was like, wow, okay. Hey, honestly, for me, spicy. This is a spicy track.
Yeah, spicy.
Spicy.
Let's go, Loossemble. All right, let's go to the final track this week. QWER with their pre-release Fake Idol. They are from Tamago Productions in collaboration with 3Y Corporation, which is Kakao, so they're kind of mixed into there. Two other songs, TBH, QWER. TBH popped off, was a top 5 song for like 6 months straight. We have this Fake Idol song. They had a little controversy before the song even came out. They were trying to do some viral marketing where they were like throwing paint onto their own posters and shit in public, right? And
I see.
Yeah, it happened. You know, not as good as TBH. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong.
I feel like so. I haven't listened to all their stuff. Like, I don't really follow them as much, but it's always interesting when artists do like a meta concept, right? Like criticizing like the idol image, right? And like what is an idol and like that sort of vibe. I wasn't sure if they were considered idols.
No.
Proper? Right. So I felt
they claim
it was a little interesting.
That's been their thing.
Yeah.
They're like, like we're an idol. We're making a K-pop girl group. That was their thing from the very beginning.
Yep.
How much you're convinced by that? Like, I'll leave that up to you. Like,
yeah, I guess maybe because I wasn't 100% sure, like if that was who they are or how they were made. It kind of felt like, oh, okay, kind of makes sense to do that concept, do that critique in a song. This definitely felt like one of the more like quirky. I don't know if quirky is a word, but like
it's quirky.
More,
it's campy.
Like comedic, campy songs from the last 2 releases, and compared to those, I don't know if it's better or worse, but I think it fit the vibe they were going for the song itself. So I guess the fact they went with the fake idol like press conference stuff.
Here's the context here, right? We got to talk about context, and I'm sure the Western audience is not a part of this discourse at all because, for the most part, the Western audience doesn't even know who this group is.
They didn't want them on our tier list.
Someone
true.
was like, "I am sad you placed them on whatever rank you gave them." I was like, "Man, like, why does that make you sad?" I feel bad now. Okay, 2 of these folks are streamers. One of these 4 began their career as a TikToker. One of these 4 was formerly a part of one of the AKB branches. That being said, certain groups of folks online do not think streamers should be a real job. I'm sure you see where I'm going with this. They have had various, criticisms, saying somewhat comments I wouldn't say, but I mean on my own volition, you know what I mean? Towards some of the members who come from a Twitch background, right? Because the way that culture is viewed in certain parts of the internet in Korea. Given that, when this group started popping off, when they started getting invited to Pentaport and they started collabing with like Riot,
Pentaport.
Pentaport. Some folks online were like, "Oh, they can't be idols. They're not real." They started shitting on K-pop idols who would collab with QWER on a TikTok or like a Reels or something like that. That things were getting a little bit.
That,
saying, "Oh, like this is not a real K-pop group. This is fake." Yada 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 yada. And I think that introduces a whole nother layer of whether they are an idol or not, regardless of who they claim themselves to be. now we're just gatekeeping. You know what I mean? So I think this was an obvious attempt to kind of flip that narrative a little bit. Except in my head, marketing wise, your naysayers aren't gonna listen to the song regardless. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
From a business sense, I think it was not a good move, because like a song like this might come off endearing to the fans and people who already listen to them, but towards the people who don't like them, this is just more shit for them to chew up. You know what I mean? So while I think it may have been a good idea in the brainstorming session they probably had, I don't think this was the concept that I would have gone with. But then again, it's also pre-release, so maybe I need to alter how much I need to temper my expectations a little bit in terms of how important this is. That being said, I still feel like they leaned a little too heavy into it. And they were like, oh, like, let me introduce ourselves, in the lyrics. And I was like, I'm not usually a fan.
They did that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm a straight male. I like when girls do aegyo, but this is a little too far. I'm not gonna lie. Because it's like, this is too much. Like, have you ever had like raw sugar, like a spoonful of it?
Yeah.
Too sweet.
It's too much, man. It's like I have bad diarrhea after. You know what I mean? That sounds like.
All right, maybe not that far.
No, okay. Well, maybe it's because I'm generally not a fan of campy concepts. I don't know.
I think the song itself, though,
Yeah.
it's okay. I don't think it's like, it's catchy. I like the beat. I think it's a fun time. But is it like great?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's because of how it came off, but like I felt like the chorus was lacking a little bit. Like it, like for example, right? What's her name? The main vocalist of this group, Xion.
Xion.
Her range is very wide. The song runs very high, man. It's very
Super high, yeah.
Right, this is a very high song, but like at the same time, it doesn't feel particularly like energetic either. You know what I mean? Like those two things typically work together in pop music, especially in K-pop. And for some reason, the the chorus felt not super high energy, not very explosive as some of their other tracks have been. So yeah, this is a clear departure from like the Japanese pop, the anime pop that they used to do. There's still this, glitch pop bass that they're going off of, the synths and all that. But I feel like we lost a lot of what made QWER special within the band space, within the rock space, within the K-pop space. So I don't know. Not feeling this one. Not gonna lie.
We got Soyeon at the end randomly. That
Yeah,
also
I'm
happened.
confused by that.
Yeah.
Hinting at a collaboration, maybe? Where
Oh,
that would be interesting.
Very interesting.
wouldn't that be nice?
I think their next. I'm looking at the concept art for their like album release in about 3 weeks, and it's got like it has a temperature and like a sun icon with clouds. So like
she tells the weather at the end of the music video.
Right. So it feels like a clear call out to like the upcoming release they're doing. How they got so into this? That's crazy.
Maybe she's a fan of their streams. Hey, if we could get a QWER track with a Soyeon rap verse in the middle of it, hey, let's do it. Let's do
That
it.
might be it.
That might be it. That'd be kind of fun, actually. We'll have to see. I don't think this was the best pre-release ever, but I like QWER. So I'm still excited to see what they do in the title track. It's a tingly, right?
Tingly, yeah.
like a bit of a light tingly.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
little tingly.
Other big releases this week. Nowadays release. Why not? Okay, how do I pronounce this one? Eonit. Released
Eonit?
Lumos. It's a VTuber group. Chanyeol from EXO had a solo
another
debut
one.
with Blackout. Chungha released Algorithm. We have
That'd be
Wusong
nice one.
with The Day I Died. Bang Yedam with Ohi. Eve with TikTok. Wei with Love to You. Alexa Joy of Missing Out. Yunha Sunfish. I don't even think she's K-pop. I don't know why I put that on here. Boy Next Door pre-release with Parental Advisory. So those were the other tracks this week. Spice King. Last week, Lisa New Woman featuring Rosalia picked up second crown, eligible for the Hall of Spice. Hey, one question is, whatever we're gonna do some kind of winning song in the new season. Should we still call it Spice King or should we start something new?
Ooh.
That's one thing. We could call it something else, like the Soju champion or something.
The Spice Champion.
The Spice Champion.
Spice Champ.
I could get a WWE belt with like a soju bottle on it or something. Second place last week, NMIX See That. At third place was Young Posse, Ate That. New candidates are the 6 songs we covered this week. Rescene with Love Attack, SSERAFIM Crazy, 50/50 Starry Night, Day6 Meltdown, Loossemble, TTYL, QWER, Fake Idol. I didn't write in my chart yet.
What? You didn't do your homework?
Ooh.
Bro.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Bro, you're like doing your homework as the teacher is
You know
like,
what? You know what?
Turn it in, man. Turn it in. Dude,
I
it's due now.
have Day6 in second.
Okay.
That is my second place.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
I got
first.
I got Lisa in third.
Oh.
Yo.
Oh, what's
I got Loossemble in first place.
What?
Oh.
Yo, it's crazy.
Okay.
Man.
I respect it.
Same, I respect that.
I mean, I feel like this week more than ever, I feel like there's too many songs I wish to put in the top 3. Like there's too many songs, not enough space. But yeah, that's okay.
Actually, no, I don't have Lisa in third place. I have SSERAFIM in third. That's what I actually want to do.
What?
I'm done with the Lisa track, so I threw it out.
Okay. So Loossemble first.
Loossemble first,
Day6
Day6 second, SSERAFIM third.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I see a common trend. We'll see. I'm going to start with my first place. I'm going to give it to SSERAFIM. Crazy.
Crazy.
I don't know. I see the criticism for it, of course, but I also feel like I really enjoyed the performance aspect. I think it's a fun song. So it's at least number 1 for now this week. Second place, I'm gonna give it to Loossemble. Talk to you later.
Let's go.
I love the beat. It's really nice. I feel like it's very rarely do I hear pop songs, or in K-pop at least, that have that beat, like very like almost running, like very, very constant. I liked it. I liked the energy. Last place, I have Day6 Meltdown. I feel like I have been a little picky with like the overall sound, because I have been missing some of their older stuff, but I mean it's still a great song. I'm happy that they're doing so well. So third place.
They are my first place.
Yes, I knew this.
Yes, I think
Yes.
that's gotta be obvious. I think it's just solid songwriting at its core. It's well produced. Sound design is great. There's moments about it that I might not enjoy, but it's all overlookable because it all works so well. This is, Day6 Masterclass. This is how you write a song. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let that go. Second place. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, I didn't do my homework either. I'm thinking on the spot here.
Bro, you gave me so much shit.
Second place, I'm gonna give it to New Woman featuring Rosalia by Lisa.
Okay, yes.
La Lisa
Yes,
Rosalia.
good.
I'm actually still listening to it. I will kid you not. Some of the songs that has been on the chart for a while, on my playlist, I'm now skipping. This one, I take the moment to be like, oh, I still want to listen. You know, it's good stuff. Yeah, that's second place. Third place, I got Loossemble TTYL. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit of an entry barrier. I'm not gonna lie. It's still a bit of a unorganized mix. I think they could have improved there a little bit, but other than that, I actually enjoy the disorganized, disorienting mess that is what they came back with. So, thank you for taking that leap, man.
Right. The SojuTalk Nation and the Gochu Gang did vote. In third place with 56 points, Loossemble TTYL. Second place, Lisa New Woman featuring Rosalia, 64. First place, SSERAFIM Crazy, 75.
Oh,
That is their chart this week. As a result, bro, third place, 9 points, Day6 Meltdown. Second place, 10 points, Loossemble TTYL. First place, picking up its first crown, SSERAFIM Crazy with 11.
And I win.
9, 10, 11.
That was my
Wait, if I just didn't give it the third place vote, there would have been a tie.
I'm surprised you switched, Doug.
All right. Anita, hit us with the show winners. Yeah, do it.
Yeah. First off, we have NMIX with See That. They won on M Countdown, Music Bank, and Inkigayo. So a total of 3 wins for them so far. Then we have Plave with Pump Up the Volume. They won on Show Music Core. 1 win for them. And then SF9 with Don't Worry, Be Happy. They won on the show. Congrats to them.
All right. That ends part 2. SojuTalk episode 296. We're going to come back with a bunch of news and events from the past week. It's absolutely crazy. We'll see you guys
so
then.
much.
3, 2, 1.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K-Music Erday, Koala, Max, Tuggle, and Wolf297.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 or part 3 technically of SojuTalk episode 296. We're going to talk about all the news and events from the last week. I got about 50 tabs, guys.
Oh no.
Realistically, it's like 30. Realistically, it's like 30, but we got to get through it.
That's a lot.
The big thing that happened back on August 28th, I'm sure many of you have heard this now. SM Entertainment released a statement on Taeil's withdrawal from NCT. Quote, this is SM Entertainment. We have recently learned that Taeil has been charged with the criminal case related to sexual offenses. As we gathered the facts, we realized the seriousness of the case and decided that he can no longer continue to be a part of the team. And in consultation with Taeil, he has decided to leave the team. Taeil is cooperating fully with the police investigation, and we will provide further comment as the investigation progresses. We deeply apologize for any offense our artist may have caused.
Damn. What the fuck?
Cannot believe.
Let's be honest here. Kind of shocking. SM typically does its best to like wait it out. You know what I mean? They see what's going on. They see what kind of things they could they put out feelers, things like that.
Yeah.
For it to get to this, it's serious, y'all.
I think the general like consensus is that there's no doubt that he was involved and that it's bad. Like
it's bad.
He cannot come back from this, and rightfully so. I feel like a sexual offense, sexual crime, like that's horrible. We're
not going to mention the rumors that are online as to what he did, but they are out there if you want to see them. It's pretty bad.
Nothing confirmed though. Nothing has been really confirmed.
Nothing confirmed. But if what these rumors are saying is true, it's terrible. But I don't know yet. Let's go to the fact. Let's go to more facts. No speculation.
Okay.
Right
more
here.
Facts.
The Seoul Bangbae police have issued a statement sharing that they booked him in regards to sexual offenses back in June. As per the police, Taeil was reported of a crime by victim A, who is only known to be a adult female, with the case filed in June. So it's been going on since June. He was booked for it, and they started to investigate then. And all we know that it was a adult female who filed the case back in June. That is what we know. And then one more thing, SM shared a statement following the Bangbae police statement, right? They stated that they first learned about this case in mid-August and that Taeil had been questioned by the police as of yesterday, August 28th. previously, as we said, the police said that they booked him back in June when the case was brought up by the victim A.
I think this is the key thing, like Anita mentioned. There's no doubt that what he did is probably bad. And at the end of the day, I don't even want to know the details. It's kind of gross.
Like respecting the victim's privacy and everybody involved.
Like, stop digging, y'all. Like, fucking leave him alone. From a K-pop perspective, SM has been operating under the presumption of innocence, typically. You know what I mean? Like, most
they've done that in the past. Yeah, they've done that in the past. Yeah.
They assume everybody is innocent until proven otherwise. That's been their thing. So this may, like Anita mentioned, this may be an indicator of how serious this issue is, or it could be an indicator of where SM 3.0 is headed. You know what I mean? That's, like, they don't want to. Yeah.
Right.
I guess the
for
way to look at
me,
it.
Yeah, the way I was personally taking this was that the wording, the fact that they were to mention like what type of crime it was, and like not even saying that he was gonna step up, like be absent from activities while this report was going on. It just feels like it was very like cut dry. Like, we're cutting ties. We don't see a future with this individual as an artist under our management. And I don't know, I feel, to me, that seemed quite like an appropriate response if it was that serious. And the comparison that kept coming up for other fans of NCT was what happened with Lucas. So
right.
Within this new SM 2.0, 3.0, the new management, he debuted as a soloist. Like, he was able to continue on with his career under the label. So it feels like, of course, Lucas was not, I believe he was not convicted of a crime. Like, it was just some very terrible things that he was accused of doing. So I feel like it seems like we're doing this very like cut drive. Like, they have some information that the fans don't know, that the public maybe will not know yet. So I don't know. It gives me that feeling of, oh, this is very like cut and dry, black and white. They cannot support this person anymore.
I think this is one of the things I've been seeing online about all the discussion is we don't know what these idols are like behind the scenes. And I think this type of thing reiterates that. We have no clue. Yeah,
I feel like I have seen a lot of people make those comments of like a reminder that you don't know your idols, like you don't know who they are. I feel like also the reason why for a lot of fans this was very shocking is that the way that this particular person like was presenting themselves in the group and like the activities they did was like very unassuming, like quiet. Like you would not have thought this person was gonna be convicted of this. Like, it was like the last thought of my mind when I saw the news. Like, I thought something maybe happened. Like, he had been news of being injured. Like, he was out of activities. Like, it was like not on my radar at all that it would be like this type of stuff. But I feel like it's kind of sad because that is what they are portraying. So it's not like people, like the fans, are being deceived. It's like that was what happened.
The image you're selling. Yeah.
Right. And it's unfortunate, but it does happen from like the people you least expect. And it's a sad reality. So yeah.
Think about all the YouTubers that were under fire in the last year, 2 years, 3 years for being groomers, for being sexual assaulters, that kind of thing. That's, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope the victim gets justice. This is all true.
Yep.
That's all I'll say.
Hope so too.
Let's keep going. All right, this one. Look at the photo they chose. Look at this one. Okay, Mini Jin, quote unquote, steps down as the Adore CEO, right? Adore stated, quote, "We held a board of directors and appointed Kim Joo-young, the inside director of Adore, as the new CEO. Mini Jin will remain in the position of Adore's executive director and continue to take charge of New Jeans producing duties." That is what Adore came out and said. Or that's what essentially Hyde came out and said, right? That Mini Jin stepped down as CEO. She's going to remain as the executive director and creative thing, but she is not the CEO anymore because we voted at the board of directors thing and she's not. That's essentially what they said. Of course, Mini Jin came and said, like, I was kind of pushed out. I think y'all can understand that. Quote,
Forcibly.
the board unilaterally decided to dismiss the CEO regardless of Min's will. This is a serious violation of the shareholders' agreement. We are pondering Min's position and have not yet made a decision, is what her representatives have stated.
Okay.
And honestly, this was gonna happen, right? Like,
They were always gonna go for that, yeah.
I mean,
this was gonna happen.
that during that press release where that photo you have on screen was taken, they were like, she could get fired any moment, and then they would have to go through another legal battle to, justify that. You know what I mean? Like, this was bound to happen. During the last court ruling, they said Hype shouldn't, and it's technically illegal for them to do so. But hey, I mean, they can they could pay the fine, right? Yeah.
All right, so here's
Sounds
the
not a big deal.
reports. Per several reports, Adore held a board meeting today to terminate Minijin's shareholder contract. With this, both the provisional guaranteeing the put option, we'll talk about that later,
Yeah.
and the position of CEO has disappeared. Adore replaced her with Kim Joo-young, the head of Hive HR. Adore will allow Minijin to continue as a producer of New Jeans. They have filed a lawsuit to affirm their right to terminate the shareholders agreement. Minijin stated that this dismissal was a unilateral decision without her agreement and has not decided whether she will remain as New Jeans producer.
Oh, that's what concerns me.
It's crazy that they took the HR CEO and then plopped them into the Adore. Like,
So
bro,
let's talk about
HR
this.
lead?
Let's talk about this put option,
Yo.
right? So, okay.
All right.
Well, okay. Let's go through this,
Yo,
right?
look at all those highlights.
I have some highlighting. Let me zoom in a little more.
Thank you for doing the research. I appreciate it. I'm done with this scandal now.
So we're not going to go through all this. Let's just go through the highlight parts. The shareholder agreement between Hybe and Minijin included terms that guarantees Minijin's tenure and provided her with the put option. So essentially, she had the right to sell her shares at a certain price, regardless of if the shares went up or down. So basically, she had an option at any point. Let's say when Minijin got her stocks, it was $100, right? And let's say she had the right in the future to sell them back at $110, right? Let's say in reality, Hybe crashes and the stock goes down to $50. Minijin was still allowed to sell at 110 because that was what was in the agreement. And
Okay.
the amount that she was going to gain from that is 75. She basically was guaranteed $75 million.
Oh, shit.
Now that doesn't exist, she doesn't get that. So under the agreement, Hybe was required to exercise its voting rights to maintain Minijin's position as CEO and the internal director of Adore until November 2026, unless the agreement was terminated. They terminated. That's why she's not CEO. Min in turn was entitled to request that Hybe purchase 75% of her Adore shares in one transaction at any time between 3 and 10 years after Adore's establishment. So as long as she's around for 3 years and we still have the shareholders agreement, anytime after 3 years it matured and she's allowed to sell it, make 75 million bucks. Now, because this doesn't exist, she could probably still sell them 75% of her shares at some point in the future, but it would be at the price it is. That's what the key is. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's say if the Hybe stock went to $50 and she was originally going to get 100 something, that's why she loses so much money. Because she more or less had a guarantee that she was going to get 75 million bucks there.
Okay. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, had Minijin been able to exercise her put option, she could have potentially reaped profits ranging from 67 to $75 million, but this opportunity has now vanished.
Because that shareholder agreement has essentially
gone.
been canceled.
Wiped out.
Invalidated.
Yeah, so that's why she gets to lose a lot of money potentially, because it's not like their stock is doing too well.
Let's put a pin on that. I'll come back to that in a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Next thing that happened. So, Minijin's side came out, right? And she's like, they said that they're going to keep me around as the creative director. But in reality, they only sent me a 2-month producing commission contract.
2 months?
Guys, that's
What?
not a production contract.
So there's a lot of jargon here, but all you got to know is that they offered her a 2-month short-term producing contract and the right to terminate her commission contract at any time.
That's not a commission.
What the heck?
So that's what her side has stated that Hybe offered her.
That's not a production contract. That's an offboarding contract. Let's be honest here.
So it's basically just saying, like, if you really want to be involved, you can, but
They're gonna make her
like,
keep
No.
signing these. They would make her keep signing these short-term, short lease contracts, more
Yeah.
or less.
No, guys, this is
Yeah.
offboarding. This is offboarding. This is the 2 weeks. They're giving her 2 months.
it's too much.
Isn't that crazy? That's what they
Dude,
offered her.
That's a big fuck you, man.
Yeah, I don't even have to read the details because those are the titles of the two
Oh,
segments.
man. All right.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy? So that's what they offered her. So we could get rid of that one. Let's keep going. So that all happened. People were like, "Well, we'll see what happens there." So now we got a new CEO now, right? Let's get
HR
back
lady.
let's get back into the weeds because we have this new CEO. So the new CEO of Adore has decided to remove all of Minijin's connections. Interestingly, the one who issued the statement is a music video director, right? Shin Woo-suk is the music video director for New Jeans and also wrote a petition in support of Minijin in the past, right? So this guy came out and said, "Hey, they're getting rid of everyone who was associated with Minijin."
Oh.
So this guy came out. He is a director of the ETA and Ditto music videos. He released a statement that he was requested to delete all New Jeans related contact and can no longer collaborate with the group due to the recent restructuring in management and Adore.
What?
So one of the guys who was instrumental in getting the New Jeans aesthetic in the music videos and everything they were
Right.
doing, he's like, I'm not even allowed to work with the group anymore, and they want me to not even remove, delete everything that I've worked on with them.
Damn. That's kind of that's painful.
So in his quote,
creative,
due to a
yeah.
request from Adore to remove contact, all New Jeans music videos and related videos uploaded by the Dolphiners film, as well as those scheduled for future upload can no longer be made public. So this is not the main music videos. This channel
Director's
was
cut.
uploading like director's cut or behind the scenes footage, things like that, or a longer version. Also,
Yeah.
that Banhisu channel, which had the interesting lore videos, also
Yeah.
they were also associated with that, so that's also being taken down.
That's
So they stated that these videos and channels were created with the voluntary intention of producing good works for the fans, and they did not profit from them at all. So there was no ad revenue from this. And in accordance with Adore's chain stance, all videos will be deleted and cannot be made public. And they said that seems to be it with our collaboration with Dolphiners Film, Adore, and New Jeans. So that's what this.
What did Adore say to that?
So Adore came out then, and then they rebuked his claims. They said that we only requested that the Dolphin kidnap whatever this
Dolphiner
company-
Studios.
Dolphiner Studios. That's a mistranslation. Take down the director's cut of the video and has not requested the deletion or cessation of any uploads of all videos related to New Jeans, including the Bangisu channel. They also stated that this director is spreading false information that Adore requested the deletion, and not only the director's cut, but all videos related to New Jeans, including the Bangisu channel. So Adore came out and basically said, "This guy's lying. We didn't tell him to delete stuff. No, we were fine
just
with it."
remove it, I guess.
Yeah.
Miscommunication at best.
So they also said like, yeah, we'd like to inform you that his claims are significantly different than the facts above.
Okay.
And we feel sorry about the breach of contract and the dissemination of false information by Dolphiner Studios. Oh, interesting.
And then they stated, we will do our best to ensure that the removed New Jeans content will be uploaded to our official channel in the future so we can monetize
of course, it's gonna be too.
I want to be
Adore
very
now.
transparent for a second, and I know people think, yeah, like it's obvious that the music video would be on the official YouTube channels, and I think I get that. But if you think about production studios, they have a portfolio. These music videos are uploaded multiple times to other places. Like take VM Project Architecture, for example. They used to be wildly popular. They had all the music videos they produced for K-pop and rappers on their site. Like same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like
They also stated, Adore stated that the director's cut of the ETA video posted by the Dolphin people is an edited version that contains parts that was previously disagreed with advertisers, and they posted it without the permission of these advertisers. So that's what Adore has stated.
did he reply to that as
He
well?
did reply.
There you
I
go.
got here. So this is a direct translation of his Instagram post, I
Sounds
think. Or
aggressive as angry as
it's
hell, by
aggressive.
the way. Yeah.
But here are some parts that I thought were interesting. He wrote, the 3 companies involved in the production at the time agreed to release the director's cut on the Dolphiners channel for the fans. The current Adore management is falsely claiming that the Dolphiners posted the director's cut without their permission. Are you dragging in unrelated third parties to manipulate the media?
Damn.
That's what he stated. Additionally, it was Adore that insisted that the videos with copyrights and image rights owned by them should only be posted on official accounts and that they cannot exist on third-party channels and demanded their deletion. You threatened to send a legal notice and claimed double the service fees as penalty if we did not delete the videos by Monday morning after issuing a unilateral deletion request on Sunday evening. So he's saying, I got receipts that you wanted me to delete these by Monday. And not only that, you were going to fine me. And then he said, did you only find out about the Banghisu channel after the deletion? That's one of these weird things in here where this guy's more or less claiming that they did, like, this Adore people didn't even know everything that they had worked on with New Jeans. Finally, he stated Dolphiners worked hard to create great music video, volunteering to work without compensation for the sake of the project's quality and the fans, and despite the current Adore management's unreasonable demands, which we went against in the previous agreement, we will delete the videos. You don't even know the terms of the original agreement, so what is exactly your complaint? Why are you trying to paint Dolphiners as a contract violator and a spreader of false information? Whether it's because I submitted a petition, refused to make music videos for Hybe, or if it's part of an effort to erase New Jeans, stop distorting the truth with dirty media tactics. But I guess you'll keep doing it.
Wow.
Shit.
It's okay.
Let me present a little bit of context because I know this Instagram story is a little unprofessional.
It's
very unprofessional.
He's angry. Obviously.
He's angry. This is very emotional. He kept it up too. This is the CEO and the lead producer, exec director of a lot of the work they do at Dolphin Studios. This is a small company. They primarily, their profit model is completely reliant on advertisements. Their profit model is completely reliant on happy clients. The way their image and their name in the industry is the most important thing for these guys. So there's a lot of folks online saying, oh, this is a pro Minijin guy, like this, he's, riling up shit in support of his friend who lost her job recently. That makes no sense, guys. Like he has people working for him. He's like, he'd be insane to risk that entire company's profit levels at all to you know what I mean? As a creator, being asked to delete something that you did, that's
That's
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think they have the legal right to do what they're doing, obviously, because they own the copyright. But ethically, is that the right thing? That's the bigger part of this, right?
I mean, is it even legal? They had an agreement, legally speaking, previously. Look what's in the SOW. Look in the statement of work and see what's in there.
Exactly. That's why we need more info. Cause
obviously it's a he said she said situation, but this is a known guy in the industry who's risking a lot by speaking up. That's why I'm it's the he said she said, but
I kind of wish he had shown the actual email from them right here. What could they have said then? They couldn't have responded much.
This came out after 5 p.m. in Korean time, so maybe tomorrow.
It might be out tomorrow. We might see it.
By the time this episode goes up, there'll be more. We'll see.
To sum up this, Minijin was removed. She lose all of the money she was guaranteed, more or less. She's not happy, of course. It seems like Hybe has they put their own person, the former PR director, in as CEO. They're trying to reduce Minijin's influence, obviously. This is what you would do. And that stems to this guy who was working with New Jeans and Minijin and making the music videos and things like that. And it's becoming an issue of, they're going scorched earth here in doing that.
I have one more thing. Is it cool? I put a pin on something earlier. Can you go back to the All Kpop article with the 75 million?
Yeah.
So, this entire time, I'm trying to figure out why. Why now? Why are we doing this? Why is Hybe doing this publicly? That's been my entire question. And now we have found out that if she exercised her put option, she could have gotten anywhere between $60-70 million.
Because it's the stock is shitting the bed right now, right?
Their stocks are shitting the bed. I don't think that's the main issue. An article came out last week from the finance folks saying that HYBE doesn't have a lot of liquid funds. They don't have a lot of money in their bank account is the other word for that. They have money through stocks and their value and their groups and how much that's worth. Like for example, they could sell a door. That would be a lot of liquid cash, but at the moment they don't have a lot of liquid cash because last week an article came out saying that they are refinancing 400 billion Korean won for convertible bonds. They are printing out CBs for about $300 million.
Do you guys want to see something crazy? Adore was founded November 12th, 2021, right? Look at this highest peak, November 12th, 2021. It's the highest. It was the peak of their stock. So Minijin could probably sell it at this amount, and it's down 60%, 55% since then. That's why this put option is bad for them. Do you know what I mean? Like they have to pay her essentially double what they would have to pay her if she just sold the stock today.
I don't think you get it. It's not a bad situation for HYBE. It's an impossible situation for HYBE.
No, yeah, obviously, because they don't have the money to do it.
They don't have the money to do it, guys. They're in debt. These guys.
Essentially, if she sold the stocks today, right? And she, you know how they said she was guaranteed like 70 million, right? The equivalent is if she just sold the stock today, she gets 35 million. Instead of them having to pay her 70 million. It's about 35 million difference. And I don't know if they got 35 million to pay her right now on like
to begin with.
That's what I'm saying, right? So that's crazy.
You look at the public reports, the only company under HYBE right now that is not in the net negative and is not in debt at the moment is Adore. If they want to liquidize their funds, the only thing they could sell is Adore. They would have to sell a door to pay Minijin if that put option went through.
Yeah.
So things are kind of clicking in as to why this is happening. I'm sure Minijin being a shitty, terrible person is a part of it too. But now we're kind of seeing, okay.
You know what's the craziest thing? Her lawyers, whoever helped her sign this contract, right?
Yeah.
They kind of had the foresight to see this stock's probably going down. Let's lock in the price where it is. No, really, they made a guess because when you make a put option, you're essentially gambling that the stock's gonna go down, right? That's what you do. And they gambled it's going down, but it's gone down 55% since they founded the company.
Doug, a link in the chat is in for the article I talked about in English about the
bonds.
HYBE moving to refinance.
Yeah, when you start to do this, you're fucked. I mean, you're effed. I don't normally curse on this show, but yeah, you're effed. Hey, I mean, I feel like this chart just paints a picture, does it not?
It's right? Not looking good.
It just paints a.
No.
This is literally the day that they founded Adore. It was like one of the highest points of the whole company.
I mean, I think like the negative graph, like sure there was talk about a bubble over HYBE or over the industry. Like I think that's somewhat understandable, but the fact that you're in this much debt is news to me. I didn't expect that. So now I'm like, okay, now I see why HYBE is doing what they're. If my guess is correct, then I'm not overlooking a whole bunch of legal issues. I'm pretty sure I am. I'm not a legal professional. I'm not a professional. I might
get not lawyers,
wrong, but
finance professionals.
This is what I'm understanding.
From my perspective, as someone who can sort of read these charts, it's surprising to me if they're doing this because they're having such bad money issues because their market cap is still $7 billion. So 35 billion more is not the biggest deal, you would think, based on that. But who knows, it might be. Because it says right here, their market cap is 7.28 trillion won.
God damn.
Yeah, so I don't know. But at least for me, just based on the numbers, I could see why they got to get rid of this thing because they got to owe her so much more than if she just sold the stock as it is. So, yeah, okay. So that's enough of the Minijin stuff. Let's keep going. Okay, we did that.
Goodbye, new jeans.
All right, so
goodbye.
Coming up, the Korean Communication Standards Commissions, they might have legal sanctions against JTBC about the misreporting about that cam footage from last week. Because you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that.
Like, what? You can't lie on national network television?
Yeah.
What?
So they're investigating. However, this committee that's going to determine if they're going to get penalized or not has been under scrutiny because it's supposed to be 9 people, but the current president only has 3 people on the board.
What?
So I don't.
How does that work?
I don't know. Let's not talk about. I don't want to get in trouble with the Korean government, but just know that JTBC, you can't be posting like footage that's fake and claiming it's someone because obviously that tarnishes their reputation. Yeah, you can't do that,
bro. I thought it would be one of those like stupid, misleading political arguments that they make that would get them into trouble. Not K-pop. Like this is like.
So there's that. Also, you know how Novice is debuting soon?
Oh no,
so,
Naivis.
Yes.
Naivis.
Oh yeah, Naivis. Not Naivis.
Fucking-
So in an article about the appeal of virtual humans, a little more about Naivis was shared. This entity will use AI voice technology for its voice and generative AI to create content. In addition to music, the Naivis IP will be expanded into games, brand collars, and more.
What the fuck is a brand collar?
I don't know what that is. That was kind of
Like a brand collar? Are they
Maybe
gonna
this is
start
a
putting collars on us if they don't listen? You know what I mean?
maybe this is I'm gonna guess this is a mistranslation, and they meant like branding of stuff.
All
in
right,
general.
so brand in general. Okay.
So they're gonna try to make a whole Naivis IP into like everything. They're gonna try to make it a big deal.
Dude, it's gonna be a lifestyle brand. Like it's gonna be Gwyneth Paltrow doing her thing.
But
like,
you know, I think SM has bigger things to worry about because their current CEO and former head of investment strategies were indicted without detention on charges of violating the act on aggravated punishment for specific economic crimes, bribery, breach of trust, and the act of regulation and punishment of criminal proceeds and concealment.
bro, what?
So, if you want to know what they did, essentially this CEO, according to prosecutors, these 2 dudes conspired to have Kakao Entertainment acquire Baram Productions, a failing company owned by Ijuno, resulting in Kakao losing $32 million. So apparently, these 2 dudes conspired to buy this shitty company because someone was going to kick them a bunch of money to do it. So they were like, all right, the company's going to take a L here, but I'm going to get paid a shit ton to do it.
Damn.
That's what they're accused of doing. So they knew this company was shit, but someone behind the scenes was going to pay them to do it anyway, even though it hurts Kakao, because they're like, hey, Kakao is trillions of dollars. It's whatever. I'm going to get rich, though.
Man.
So now we got the former guy who founded the company arrested because he was trying to manipulate stock prices. And now we have the current CEOs arrested for essentially taking bribes to take on shitty assets.
It's the
man.
K-pop trend, breach of trust.
Yeah. So that is
Trend
that.
of the
is,
year.
I guess.
Hip hop, band music,
Also,
and breach of
there-
trust.
They're selling SMCNC and Key East. They've begun the process of selling some of their other branches. The sale is interpreted as part of SM Entertainment's process of selling its what they call non-core assets. They are downsizing. They are selling parts of their company.
I would press X to doubt on CNC not being a core asset. Dude, that's a core asset in my head. Like, damn, bro. Like,
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. It's bad.
Damn.
In more better news, JYP Entertainment, and I think another company did as well. They're announcing legal action against the distribution of explicit deepfakes of their artists. So they are going to pursue this heavily in the criminal system. Yeah. It makes sense. They said it's a blatant violation of the law, and we are in the process of collecting all relevant evidence to pursue the strongest legal action with a leading law firm without leniency. No prisoners.
good.
Yeah, honestly, I think that this.
There needs to be laws.
I think AI is a
consequences.
sometimes a slippery slope. With these types of things.
This is, I know we're running over, so like to give a little bit of context, this is the biggest issue in Korean society at the moment. Like,
Yes, it's
this
all over
is-
the place.
There's a Telegram room situation where like people were deep faking other people into porn and like
Yeah,
that's
I read
fucked
an
up,
article
man.
on
I
that.
don't-
They were like, all right, so you got to get all this info and images of your friends, and then we'll make deep fakes of them for you. Like that's apparently what was going
fucking
on.
gross.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't get rid of the news section. This is, dude, jam-packed section of the episode. Like,
There's too much happening.
Well,
world
let's keep
gets
going.
worse by the minute. Like,
So YG, they're liquidating YGX, the dance thing, to focus on their main business. So So YGX was known as being a dance academy and managing professional dancers, some of which have appeared on Mnet Street Woman Fighter, Street Man series. They also shared that they're like, no, we created a global training center, so that's why we have this instead of YGX. Guys, don't worry.
Is that better? I don't know.
Okay. I've never heard of this global training center before, so I don't know.
Where is it if it's global?
Exactly.
Let's keep going. So this is a general statement about the markets of K-pop in general. Okay. So they stated the monthly average users of fandom platforms is growing.
Active users.
Yeah, monthly active users, suggesting that K-pop is still growing despite the lack of album sales, I guess. Physical album sales are down 15%, and backlist sales, so these are previous albums from the past, like older albums, it's down 41%. However, fandom platforms are shown to have grown and remain stable. So basically, people still want to get involved in K-pop, but they're only getting involved in the free stuff, or the cheap stuff.
Well, the economy, economy.
But no one's like throwing out the money to buy albums, and especially old albums. Everyone's like, F that. We don't need that.
Yeah, no, I don't know what to tell you. I buy the cheapest things possible, man. Like, I don't.
Exactly. Me too. Yeah. Me too. Okay, we got one more big topic. Okay. Oh, this is K-Town for You from their direct account. They released a notice. K-Town for You is committed to protecting our customers' personal information at all times. Oh. So if you do not know, K-Town for You is one of the biggest K-pop like merchandise and album specifically sales places in Korea. It's a gigantic place. Yeah. It's been operating for like 30 years or something. So they have an established relationship with Hanto, which is one of the charts. Hanto is the chart that shows you how many albums made it into consumers' hands, right? They stated that K-Town for You transmitted our domestic and international sales data on August 28th as usual. So they say, we've been handing them this data for like 15 plus years. This is a normal thing for us. Okay. And they said, despite having received the data, Hanto chart has failed to reflect it on their charting without provision of adequate justification. So they're saying, we've been sending our data about who's buying albums to Hanto, but Hanto is not including them on their chart. And they said, upon complaints filed by us, K-Town for You, Hanto Global demanded submission of customers' sensitive personal information, such as gender, age, detail address, customer identification keys, order identification keys, and tracking numbers.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Under the pretext of sales data verification. So their claim is that Hanto all of a sudden asked for so much personal information from our customers, we're not going to give it. And Hanto was saying, no, we need this because we need to verify that these are legitimate sales and not fake sales. That's the argument that's going on. So K-Town for You is like, why are you asking for so much specific shit? And Hanto was like, we need to because in this age, we got to know that it's not just companies buying a shit ton of albums.
Okay, fair, but...
That's the argument that's going on.
So
that happened.
I mean, there's ways to do that anonymously.
And then Hanto came out after this, right? In an official response to K-Town for You, they stated, quote, we have received reports and observed indications that the data provided by K-Town for You may contain, quote, data contamination, such as duplicated sales counts and intentionally inflated numbers. To address these concerns, we temporarily suspended the inclusion of this data and requested additional information to verify the integrity of the sales. So Hanto said, we normally include K-Town for You data in our chart, but this data is bad. It includes duplicated sales and inflated numbers that don't exist. And in order to verify that these were actually good numbers, we needed more information, which is what we asked for. That's a big accusation to make, is it not?
We're switching the blame again. Okay.
We are calling them out on sales data manipulation.
Yeah. So there's that. But then K-Town for You came out with another email and he issued a letter of apology.
Wait, is this the official account?
It's the
official account. What the hell?
Wait, that was a quick switch.
Look at this at the bottom. We hold with great respect for the efforts and the 30-year history of Hanto Chart in providing accurate and trustworthy chart data. As a member of the Hanto family, K-Town for You remains fully committed to support fair chart practices.
What happened? Did they have
Anita,
an internal?
I think you can read what happened. Let's be honest.
So they said, yeah, we communicated with them. It was a giant misunderstanding. They bent the knee real quick. Can you believe this?
Well, now it makes like Hanto said the truth about the sales manipulation.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, damn.
And they say, we take full responsibility for this incident. And it was a matter,
internal
it was a result of our
confidence.
overreaction. Can you believe this?
Okay.
Wow.
I'll be real for a second. I'll give more context because I haven't done enough of that in this episode yet. There is a common phrase, common belief in the Korean K-pop communities that sales numbers don't matter. People often believe it's bullshit. And to be honest,
inflated a little bit.
to be honest, because we need a metric, I use it as a metric. I need metrics, man. We need numbers to run this fucking show. I feel like it's a matter of time before something blows up about these numbers.
So they even wrote, we express our deepest regret for any issues caused to the Hanto Global and apologize for raising doubts about the credibility of the Hanto chart.
This is Dogeza. They're I don't even see their faces.
Isn't this crazy? Like, they came out with these big things like, bro, they want all this crazy information about our customers. You guys better be worried. And then Hanto's like, no, man, your numbers are fake. And then they're like, we're sorry. Like, that's literally what happened.
I think this is best left
That's
where
crazy.
it is. Yeah.
Y'all can make your own opinions of this. So now people are like, well, I don't really trust Hanto chart. We got to wait for the circle chart. Because regardless of what you feel about the situation, the Hanto charting numbers since the 28th do not include K-Town for You, which is a pretty big sales place.
It is, yes.
So that's why I haven't been saying any sales numbers today, because I don't know if they're legit or not. So we got to wait. People are waiting for Circle Chart. Circle Chart is formerly Gaon, and they release the number of albums sent to the stores. So that's more. So people are waiting for those numbers. So we will have to see.
I'll have to see.
Also, let me just check one thing real quick. If the numbers on like K-pop Wikipedia, are those Hanto or are they Circle? That's a good point.
I've been using Hanto. That's typically whenever I say first week sales. That's typically
the ones on Wikipedia are Circle.
Oh, are they?
Yes. Okay. We will have to see from then. All right. Next one. So the Korean Music Copyright Association stated, quote, Mnet has not paid us billions of won in music copyright fees from 2018 to the present, and they urges fair use of music. So they say CJNM must submit its musical usage details as soon as possible and sign a valid music work usage contract and to pay a fair fee. So everything's imploding. The copyright people were like, yo, they ain't even paying their bills right now. Like, they haven't for 6 years.
You know, like
6 years.
You know how like sometimes you forget to return a library book and you forget about it, and
how do you forget to pay millions of dollars?
Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't forget.
This is 6 years now. Like, damn. Like,
yeah. Let's keep going. The last major thing is the Guhara Act passed through the National Assembly Legislation and Judiciary Committee. It's going to go into effect in 2026, they said. So if you're not aware, Guhara was an idol who was a part of Kara. She passed away, like, I want to say like 5 years ago at this point, something like that.
Something like that.
She had big issues with her mother, because the claim was that her mother basically abandoned her and her brother. So the Guhara law stipulates that parents, spouses, or families who neglect their children, minors, or family members will lose the rights to get any inheritance from them. That is why this is a big deal, because there was a big drawn-out court case between her brother and her mother. Her brother was like, our mom had no part in our life. She abandoned us, yada, yada, yada. And then her mother was like, well, I'm still entitled to it. It is what it is. So, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
fair. Yeah.
like this is justice served.
Yes. All right, let's get. We're starting to wind down. So, Lovely's discussions for a group reunion for their 10th anniversary.
Oh.
Nothing is confirmed. They appeared together on How Do You Play with You Jae-suk. They did a summer concert. They had a small reunion there, but now I think a bigger reunion is in the works. Next one. All right, let's talk about this. Islet. Their fandom name is Lit, like a certain feminine body part.
It begins with a G, yeah?
Yeah.
It begins with a G. Okay. Yeah.
They even stated in their press release, Glit, pronounced as Glit, is inspired by glitter, and people are just clowning on them.
That it was G-Lit.
It feels like they're having a hard time finding the correct name, like having a hard time finding something else. Yes. Yeah. You know the funniest thing is?
Don't your mom listens to the show? You really
It is what it is.
You do
It is
realize.
Whatever. The funniest thing is,
Hi, Doug's mom. Hi.
the funniest thing is
That's
there's a
Nisha.
group called Even. It's a boy group, right? They're from Jellyfish
Yeah.
Entertainment. They also had the same problem before. They had a fan club name called Blit, and people didn't like that one either, so they switched it.
Maybe they'll switch this one.
I mean,
that's not where my mind went, to be honest. I thought it was going to be G-Lit.
No,
But-
everyone. No, they literally wrote it's pronounced as Glit, not G-Lit.
I mean, I personally, I would have gone with something like Ilus or something, like Il1 or,
Yeah.
like.
If their name is like Islet, why don't we just name the fandom like Glasses or something?
What?
Contacts. That's not a bad one, actually. All right, let's keep going. RM, Megan Thee Stallion.
Huh?
Yo.
Okay.
So Megan Thee Stallion featuring RM is happening September 6th. Never play.
All right.
Watashi wa
Okay.
star.
That's happening there. If you didn't know, Sam Smith released the 10th anniversary edition of I'm Not the Only One featuring Taeyeon. It's just on his YouTube channel.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. Wow. I did not expect
That
that.
happened. Next thing. So this Meow thing, we got a date. September 6th is also happening. We have visual confirmation of all the members. I don't know what we're doing with Isna, but we're gonna get Meow first. So that is that.
There we go.
Let's keep
Okay.
going. Jamie signed an exclusive contract with Plan B Entertainment. That happened.
Oh.
That's cool.
So a bunch of guys left Golden Child. Bowman, Tag, and G-Bom
Aw.
left Golden Child and Woolim. The group will continue as 7 members. So we went from 10 dudes. We're down to 7.
Man.
I guess they're not the Golden Children anymore. Let's keep going. So, Higher Music, which is a CJ subsidiary, they're going to debut another group from Island 2 with contestants who didn't win.
What?
Higher music?
Higher?
Yeah.
Sorry, J Park AOMG. Higher music.
Higher?
Yeah, they're gonna
Red tape,
debut.
blue tape. Higher music.
They're gonna debut the Fuko group apparently.
Okay.
The J Park Cha Cha Malone.
What?
And also, Anita, you remember Sujong? Her Instagram, all the posts got removed, so people think she's in this group as well.
Interesting.
So that is apparently happening.
Very interesting.
Next thing, Kim Jae-jung. He has a boy group coming out in October.
I've heard about this.
That is happening
I
there.
don't know.
There was a water bomb fiasco, if you all didn't know, the one in LA. So you remember the
Oh.
crazy prices? They
Yes, I
lowered
remember
the
this.
prices.
Okay.
So people were still pissed because it's stupid. And then they got rid of all of the stadium seating. Now it's just GA. So they refunded everyone who was in a seated section, right? They refunded
how's that
everyone who was in
gonna
the
work?
seated section. But if you're VIP, they didn't refund you. So you're just now, you still got to go, but you're GA, but there's no real VIP benefits. They're claiming they're going to try to do something for the people who had VIP, but it's all GA now. No seats.
I think.
Are they expecting less people then? Because, that's less space.
Yeah, for sure.
Buddy,
Based on
if
the-
you haven't seen how the internet is reacting to this, I'd be surprised if people go.
Yeah, they're pretty angry.
Like
Not
everybody's
good.
been like, "Yo, these ticket prices Oh, get fucked, get wrecked.
Yeah.
Ah,
So that happened, and then finally, Triple S World Tour coming soon. That's it.
Nice.
All right. It's been a really long episode. I'm tired. I gotta go to work in the morning. It's been fun. Next
and a
week,
long one.
we got not too much is coming out. We have Shiny Onyu. We have
Yes.
One Wee. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure that none of them have been added since I last did this. All right, we got more. Rise repackage is happening. We got Begho. We got Lucy. We got Baekhyun. We got Boy Next Door. We got the Meow debut. We got RM featuring Megan Thee Stallion. We have Zykers. All that coming out next week.
Maiden.
Oh,
Yep,
Maiden
yep.
came out. Maiden came out today. They've already had to apologize because the music video had really shitty AI.
I
So
saw
they're like-
it.
They're like, we're sorry. We're gonna release a
Not
better
good.
music video later. Yeah.
God damn it.
So all of that happened. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.